Oh, hey, how goes it? It's 5:00 on Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. I am live on Facebook and YouTube. So if you're listening to this on an audio version only, would love for you to jump over to my YouTube channel and Facebook, see all the shenanigans we do over there, like, subscribe, and all that shit that everybody else does ask you for. But you're wondering what I'm doing? I'm going to tell you all about it here in just 1 second. But of course, like always, I got a couple things to throw your way. And, you know what? This just hit me. I talk about sponsors and ads and all that kind of stuff all the time. And the two companies that support me, Live Rishi and High Speed Daddy. Live Rishi, the CBD guys, man, I've been using that shit for over 10 years. High Speed Daddy, they make some cool stuff for today's parenting. I had my diaper bag from these guys. I bought that long before my son was born, and we use that shit on the regular. So it's stuff that I use, man. I'm not going to throw you stuff that just to get ads. And it was a cool conversation that I had with some other podcasters because we got in a little group and we talked about how to utilize ads and sponsorships and that kind of thing. And of course, everybody had their own opinion, and that's a kind of a topic today, is opinion. But and I get where they're coming from. You gotta make a little scratch, got to pay some bills. But I like what I do here. Whatever sets your soul on fire, and if you can get paid a little bit for it, we all understand we're not going to be fucking millionaires. But if you can, websites and hosting and all that stuff costs some money during the month, and if you can help get that paid for, plus what I enjoy out of it is supporting somebody local. Both my people that I work with, High Speed Daddy and Live Rishi, they're both local companies, small companies, and they can use all the help you can get. So it's appreciate it. You go check those guys out. But yeah, wow, that just hit me when I started doing my little intro. That's what I love about live stuff. Other than that, we're going to get into this a little bit. This is one of two different types of shows that I do. This is about 10, 15 minutes of me just spitting in this mic, yelling at you, whatever's on my heart and in my mind. And the other ones are on the opposite weeks, and it's up to about 90 minutes, and I have a guest on. And it's not interview style. I can't fucking stand interview stuff, man. It's on December 11th at 4 p.m., how are you feeling about what this happened? Get the fuck out of here. It's like I rolled up on you at the airport, and we just start up on a conversation. That's the way the episode's going. I've been having a great time, meeting some unbelievably inspiring people. And man, do I have some heavy hitters for you coming up this summer and into the fall. Been busy recording and also been on some other podcasts. So follow me on social media, being guests on other podcasts. You can find out everything you want to know about the show over at going old school, Walt's Kitchen Table, over at brawpodcast.com, where that can tell you where you can listen, other places where I've been on other shows and all that good stuff. And I've been doing some blogs. That's been fun. And then another thing I was going to add to the show, I just thought of this right before I jumped in here, was I got all these quotes piled up because I love quotes, man. I love what they do. They make you think. You get going on them. And today's quote, so I'm going to add a quote to each episode right in the beginning to drop a bomb on you. And today's one is, I got to read this one. I say there's no notes in this bitch, but I don't want to disrespect people's quote and get it wrong. Maturity is realizing how many things don't require your opinion. Throw that one at you again. Maturity is realizing how many things don't require your opinion. That quote has kept my mouth shut a handful of times since I've read it. So I've gotten a lot of use out of it. I hope you do as well. All right, man, let's get on to this. This is B-Rob Bites. It's me, this microphone, you all listening. No notes, well, except for my quote there. and whatever's on my heart and in my mind. Take what you want, leave the rest. So today, I got thinking about the last couple weeks. I've talked a bunch. Every time I'm with somebody or a group of people, they always bring up technology, Chat GPT specifically, and AI, and all the shit that's going around it, and what's real, what's not, and all that good stuff. And I was staying away from it only with live, when I'm with people and I give my opinion. Yeah, imagine that opinion and my thoughts on it. But I had a little adventure with my son last night, and it brought all of that to the forefront. So I thought I'd throw this at you, give my thoughts on recent technology and the human experience, right? So real quick, I'll tell you version of the story from last night with my son and what got me thinking about it. So I jump in. If you don't know, we bought a house late last year and we've been remodeling. So I had to go to the tile store, and I thought that would be fun to take my son with me to the tile store, and he's always up for an adventure. So we get to the tile store, and we have to wait for them to bring out the tile to the car. And so I sit him on the back of my car on the trunk, and I sit next to him, and it's on a 2-lane busy highway, and cars are going by, and he's fucking overexcited about all the cars going by. And he has the ability to identify things when they go by. So he'll say, green dump truck, red pickup truck. And we hang out there for a few minutes waiting for the forklift to come by. And by this time, since I picked him up from daycare and this, we get here, I am completely engulfed in the world of my 2-year-old. I don't have a fucking worry in the world. I don't care. I don't even know where my phone was at that point. It was amazing. We're having a good time. We're laughing. Then the forklift came by, and he fucking lost his mind. And then, so we have a good time with that. Go to dinner. We go to diner down the street, and during supper, he's like, watch trucks. And I said, we'll go watch trucks. So after dinner, we walk out. Now my car is pointing toward the highway. I sit him on the hood, and he slid down. I said, that ain't going to work. And he looks up at me and grabs my hand, and he goes, sit down. And I look, and I said, oh, okay. So I sit on the grass, and as soon as I sit down, he piles on my lap next to me, puts his hand on my leg, and just completely engaged in all the traffic going by. And again, I'm just amazed by him. It's so much fun. And before I know it, I'm covered in ants. And I was like, okay, it's time to go. It's only been about 15 minutes. So yeah, we're good. Get home, dinner, the whole routine thing. So I brush him off, make sure there's no ants on him, brush me off, get in the car. It's been 90 fucking minutes, almost an hour and a half. We've been hanging out, watching cars go by, and completely engulfed in that world. So it was amazing. Just had such a good time. So on the drive home, it was a few minutes. It's a few minutes to get home. He starts fading. So I'm being quiet. Usually we're engaging and talking and all that. So I let him fall asleep. And it got me thinking about these conversations I've been having about technology and human experiences and human interaction and all that good stuff. And so I figure I'd jump on here and yell at you about that for a minute and how I balance technology and the human experience. Now, I was at a poker game not too long ago, and they got talking about Chat GPT. Now, there's a gentleman, a good buddy of mine, says that he uses it to write blog posts and articles for his business. And he says, it's great. I can just put in a subject and boop, I got a fucking 1,000-word essay and I can put it on there. Now, another guy at the table says, isn't that plagiarism? And I thought that was a great fucking question. He goes, and I said, what do you mean by that? Obviously I know what plagiarism is because I do it all the time, and so do you, so don't fucking deny it. And he goes, well, if you didn't technically write it, do you have to give Chat GPT the credit for it? And I was like, man, that is actually an amazing question. So should you? Now, technology and AI, all that good stuff, is the world going to turn like the Terminator or Star Trek? We're going to use technology to help advance the human race, or is it going to destroy the human race? You got to figure that out, and you give me your thoughts in the chat box. That's cool. Or give me your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear them. But me personally, I'm a huge fan of the human race. Ever since this fucking stone that we live on cooled down and we started walking around it, we've been trying to fuck over the next guy to advance our own self. And that hasn't changed in however many years we've been on this earth, depending on what you believe in. So that'll never go away. Now, will Chat GPT and AI be used for good? Absolutely. Will it be used for bad? Absolutely. So now this comes into an episode I did of this short B-Raw Bites a couple episodes ago, where it's your fucking personal responsibility. Why don't you take some personal responsibility and look at and read what you're looking at and make up your own mind. Just don't blindly clickbait it and say, oh, I read an article. You didn't fucking read it. You read the headlines. But take some personal responsibility, make up your own mind. And then I think it needs to be a balance. Do I think that the human interaction will go away? Fuck no. We are clan people. We want to be around people. How good is it to chat with somebody for a few minutes, right? How good is it that you're hanging out? That's why we have parties and we go places, because we like to gather with people. So you have to figure out the balance between technology and your personal interaction with society. Like, it can happen anywhere. Today, my Uber driver, we had a fucking great conversation the whole ride. He stopped the ride. I actually fucking hung out with him for a few more minutes because our conversation was so good. Last night, hanging out with my son. It's amazing. Do I have bad interactions too? Absolutely. But you got to just kind of balance them out, and if something sucks and you're not happy with it, fucking change it. You're the only one that can do that. But I just wanted to give you my opinion and my thoughts on Chat GPT and AI. Just like the TV and the radio. And do I use technology? Absolutely. I use technology all day long with this show and at work. So technology is always going to be around. Technology is going to move forward no matter what you think. I remember back when Facebook came along, I was like, I ain't fucking doing that. I'll call somebody if I want to talk to them. Well, that changed. So things change, man. And, use it for good. Be a cool dude. And I'm going to leave it at that. So I'm going to get you out of here because I know you got shit to do. It's always fun hollering at you at this stuff. Let me know if you like them. I've been getting a lot of good feedback about these little short episodes I do. And if you do like it, tell a friend or 7, throw up a review, help spread the show around. And I'm going to call it that. So get out of here. Keep kicking ass what you're doing. And I'm going to leave you with a little information that I'm hailing you from where the first brewery in the United States was made. Yeah, that surprised me too. In 1642, Hoboken, New Jersey. All right, man. Don't act cool. Be cool. Till next time. Ooh.